and welcome to match day 3 of the Victory Shield. We are once again at the Blanchflower Stadium in East Belfast, and it all comes down to this Wales versus Scotland, the joint winners in 2019, and for history to repeat itself today, Scotland must win. Anything less than that and Wales will win it outright. Now to the team news, beginning with Wales, and Cardiff City well represented in this Welsh starting 11 here today. 5 of their players get the nod from manager Craig Knight. Swansea's Ewan Griffiths, he returns in goal, and Rhys Thomas of Manchester City retains his starting berth. Scotland make 8 changes from their loss against Northern Ireland. Bavidge and Molotnikov amongst those recalled to the starting 11. Bailey Rice and Lennon Miller, well, they've been allowed to leave the camp in preparation for the under-17 European qualifiers, which are just around the corner and being hosted here in Northern Ireland. Will this match be settled by the starting 11 or the talented young players on the bench? There's a wealth and quality for both teams to choose from, as always. And this is the pressure game. This is what it's all about now. Wales have had the perfect start, winning their 2 opening matches against Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Scotland with a setback on Tuesday after Kieran Morrison's goal condemned them to defeat after winning on opening day against the Republic of Ireland. That goal, a really spectacular goal from Bavidge. How will today look? There's the table. That's how it starts. We're all wondering how it might finish. There is a potential for Northern Ireland still to claim the prize, because it doesn't come down to goals for, goals against, or goal difference. It is literally points on the board, so you can work out the mathematics there. If you're a Northern Ireland fan tuning in early, your game's later on, 1:30 kickoff, we'll have that for you as well. Northern Ireland needs Scotland to win, so there's the home perspective out of the way. Wales obviously don't care what Northern Ireland want. They're going to try and play for the win. A draw would be good enough, and for Scotland it's all about the victory, as I said at the very top. Our referee is Ben Shepherd. Good luck to him. Scotland in white, Wales all in red with yellow trim. Everybody in place. Last check from the match official. Both goalkeepers happy. Here's to a good game. We get the ball rolling, and it's an early touch at the back for Kyle Ure. Nice competitive challenge from Ure, sending it up the line, and Wales can watch it out into touch. Last touch coming off one of their players, actually, so it will be a throw for Scotland as they try and make a quick start here at Blanchflower Stadium. Cushioned back into Ure's path again. He's trying to get up that line, and well marshalled by Rhys Thomas. Not flick into the middle, only partially cleared, and Scotland trying to force an angle through, and the first shot in anger of the game going to Daniel Cummings. He had a goal chalked off against Northern Ireland, marginally offside. He was trying to go one better and get on the score sheet, and a decent early attempt for those cheering on the Tartan Army. Wales looking down the line and looking across the line as the assistant official. Flag is raised. The referee happy to allow play to go, with Scotland getting back on the ball, but well, somewhat temporarily, as it's all rather congested in there. 3 players queuing up in the centre. It was aimed in towards George Morgan. He couldn't quite make it in time. He still might be able to. He's amongst those queuing up, and the shot dragged wide by Cody Twose, who's appealing for the corner, and after a moment's thought has got the decision he was hoping for. Louis Giles, who has had a good week here in Northern Ireland, is the player preparing to put this one in. Scotland with everybody back, bar none. And it comes on a decent delivery, just about evading the head of everybody, and now Scotland trying to break away with, well, Ross not able to pick out his teammate there. He was hoping to find Cummings, and the keeper, Rory Mahari, can calmly collect that one. Held up and turned round the corner brilliantly by Babbage for Robertson, and now stroke to Cummings from McLeod. He's got it again. Certainly doesn't need much time to get a shot away, the Tannadice team, but not really troubling Ewan Griffiths. Tried it a couple of times now, Wales, haven't they? When they get it into the middle, they quickly try and move it into the final third with those penetrative passes. Scotland have had their eye on that, and so far stood up to the test. It's been a quick start with just over 3 minutes gone here. Nice to see final games played out with energy. Freddie Azaka trying to capitalise on that kick back, and the keeper is able to claim it. It's not a back pass, certainly. You'll always get somebody appealing for that, but they certainly don't work on passes back like that. Lawler, brilliant footwork from Troy Perrott, and he keeps his balance too as he evades the challenge. Dede's throw, not quite making it to his Celtic teammate there. And again, Mahari able to get his gloves on it. Played the first game, was rested on Tuesday, back for this one. He's been at the hoops since age 7. There's almost a clever kick out from him as he tried to get McLeod in behind the defence. Scotland are able to get through the defence here, and it's a brilliant bursting run which has been controlled and then deflected out for the corner, but that is what Rudy Molotnikov can offer. And well, just a little bit of tempers there in the centre. Not sure if the referee was maybe watching what was going on at the corner and didn't spot that, but anyway, didn't really amount to much. That doesn't mean we want to see it. Nonetheless, corner taken short. And McLeod getting there first, but not able to steer it underneath. Giles. Zaka was the man he was hoping for. Murray Campbell of St Mirren got there first. Giles will try and stop McLeod getting in there, and that's exactly what he's been able to do. One of the Cardiff City contingent I was talking about. I'm sure their academy coaches will be very happy with the return from their young players during their time here in Northern Ireland. Good stretching of legs here, support arriving now, and the referee saying no advantage to be played there despite the ball reaching Morgan. It's brought back for the free kick. Charlie Crew immediately grabbing it and placing it down. Well, will they be going direct with this one? There have been some very good goals scored in the Victory Shield this year. Is Crew going to add one to the highlight reel? Scotland's Wolves ready to charge. It is Crew, but it's dropping wide, and I think, in fairness, Mahari always had that one covered. Campbell. Here. Crew. That's a really nice pass across to Giles. Zach is in the centre, down the line is Morgan. Morgan's the recipient, and he gets his head up and just teases that ball to Troy Perrott. The overlapping run coming from Thomas, and into the centre it goes, but it's good defending from Campbell, getting the block in at that front post. Wales had plenty of red jerseys arriving, and we're hoping to touch that one over the line, and probably would have done but for some alert defending from the Scottish centre half. Once again, it will be delivered by Louis Giles. Only one player really on top of Mahari. The runs are coming in late, and it's dropping around here everywhere, and I think it might have been the toe of the keeper to take it out of the crowd. A telling touch in the end. It wouldn't have been the prettiest goal, but that was a serious threat to his goal, and he was able to deal with it. Ball took a little touch off the referee there, so correct procedure by the match official. Just bringing that one back, but energetic start from both sides. I don't know if we all expected it to be as open as this, but it's led to a very entertaining 9 minutes so far. Considering what's at stake too, plenty of positive football. Muir looked like he got a little nudge in the back, and the referee agreeing there. Oh, that is a brilliant ball. McLeod across the face of goal as well with that touch. First time to control that as he did, to place it across the middle. A moment of real quality. The angled ball finding his run, and the measured pass nearly reaping rewards. Working low with it this time. Robertson was immediately under pressure. Daddy now with the throw. McLeod, he's very busy. Getting plenty of touches, and the way he drifts, just ask that question, do you want to try and mark him and follow him, or is he one of those players you just have to pass off and hope everybody's aware that he's there? Touch, might have got a little nick for his troubles there, but able to recycle possession. And those pinged passes from Mahari looking to be an early feature of Scotland's game. Cox clearing not fully though, and Scotland can come again. It's a good spell from them. Oh, fantastic pass. Thomas trying to stop him getting across and keeping tight to him, but Ures wiggled and made some room. And the header from Babbage, heading the wrong side of the post from his perspective. Persisting with the trusting short pass out. Good interchange of passes there, and the touch didn't go the direction they were hoping for. Wales, they're having to absorb a bit of pressure, but they can turn out of it, and turn out of it in style. That's really neatly done by Crewe. And Izaka, the first chance for him to run at defenders, and boy can he. Izaka trying to dance through, and it was taken off his toe, but temporarily Wales come again. Crewe trying to skim it through the centre, and possession turned over. Maybe just forcing it slightly there as they wanted a quick break. You can see the idea from Cummings, just not the reward this time. Giles to Andrews. Young Saints player winning the throw. Well, that's a bit of Thomas. He did well there. Not the direction of travel he was hoping for. And after playing themselves into a bit of bother, it's going to be a booking. Untidy, unseemly, and Lawler becomes the first player penalised. Yellow card for him.
Pretty even.
No complaints about the referee's decision here, certainly. Heavy touch, and then in an attempt to win the ball, he did that. And now they must defend. Lining up with intent. In it comes, and well parried by Griffiths. And Scotland were hoping to keep it stuck in that corner. They might be able to do so with the challenge, which the assistant official on the far side flagged for, I think, before the referee. Thought there was much wrong with it, and in the end Wales have got the free kick there. Leaving throw-in duties to Giles. He'll go back to Dan Cox. Thomas took a whack there, didn't he? And Roy McLeod is not going to escape the referee for that one. 0-0 on the scoreboard, 1-1 in yellow cards. Maybe a bit of earlier retribution for a challenge that came in on his teammate. Nonetheless, the referees dealt with it. Just a reminder in these games, as has been the case throughout, 40 minutes per half. If it's your first time watching, we welcome you along to our Victory Shield coverage here from Blanchflower Stadium. Brand new facilities for Northern Ireland Football League Championship side Harland and Wolf Welders. Low pass, turned with intent, and well, they were hoping to get a shot away there, but the challenge just in time, and ricocheting away for the goal kick. And as we follow the ball, Wales just have a player taking a moment to get back up, but he will get back up. And that's Dylan Lawler, whose challenge brought about the goal kick in the end. Strong defending. As you can see, still a bit of a hobble on him. I think he'll run that off. Well, that's one for Thomas to run on to. Little area of space there, and this is a really good team move. Mahari's committed, he's come off his line, and he was able to stop Azaka lifting that over him with any purchase, and then pounce on the second ball. Two ways of looking at that from a Welsh point of view. Nice move, the pass to Thomas and then down the line, but if you're Scotland, you're thinking that was a little too easy. How did they get forward so quickly with so few passes? Lovely balance from Molotnikov. Free kick given in his favour. Hibernian Academy player. We can see that pass again down the line, and then the next ball on by Perrott, playing in Azaka, but at that point Scotland did have some cover over to help their keeper, having initially been caught on the back foot. Molotnikov trying to dribble his way through. Crew kept his eye on that and won the ball, and the same can be said of Alfie Bavidge there. Almost half of the first half played. Both teams have had a few half chances. Oh, well, they might go one better here. Azaka was licking his lips as Mahari didn't measure that header. And the free kick will go in favour of Wales as Scotland clamour back to try and spare any blushes. Well, for all the nice football, it was one over the top that nearly did it for them. Mahari, full marks for coming out quickly. Maybe not just marked as highly for the header itself. And Wales now with an opportunity from the free kick. In a time-honoured tradition, the referee will march you back 10 yards, you will step one forward, and then everyone waits to see what he does next. Football at any age group, same thing. They've gone low with it, and the keeper has done well to hold it, and he, well, won't be too thankful for that little barge in his back as he got back up. Free kick, and to be fair to Mahari, no real complaint. You can see what they were attempting with a free kick. Scotland had their position, it was low, it was not cut out, but the keeper had his full body behind it, and it was light work in the end. Interesting watching both benches, as just away to the right we have the Welsh team who are in conversation at the moment, just looking at a few things themselves naturally, and whilst Stuart McLaren is gazing onto the pitch, his coaches as well offering some insight into avenues for success here potentially. Molotnikov skipping away from his opposing number 11. Cummings backing his pace, and well, he's managed, I thought initially, to keep that in, but maybe it had just crossed the line. The assistant official in a far better position than me to make that determination, so the goal kick awarded there. Always the perils of fullbacks trying to keep those in and be brave is the odd time someone will nick one off you, but anyway, Wales did get the decision. You're looking for Babbage, and Babbage had got the control. Wales have got the bodies back. And now they're going to try and get a few forward. Lovely trickery. Teased down the line for Morgan. And Morgan has no room to manoeuvre. And that ball took an eternity to finally go out for a throw-in, which was what I think every Scottish defender was hoping for as Morgan applied the pressure. Up and away, only as far as Crew, who's able to get some power on the header back, and the offside flag will go up there. Wales hadn't stepped out, Morgan was offside. Lawler, Zaka, maybe a little nudge in the back there. Just coming in from Campbell, touch tight, but as soon as the referee sees an extended forearm away from your body, it's always going to be given. Zaka certainly is a player that needs to be watched closely. Not a bad first touch from the cameraman there. Photographer on the far side, showing greater flexibility than some of the younger people in the stadium, dare I say. I won't name names. Campbell. Ure. Thomas able to get it away from him. Spin away from his marker. Not on the same wavelength as Azaka this time. Cummings. Dede. Scotland starting to string a few passes together here. And immediately, as I say, that Andrews is in quickly to get the ball back. But good competitive first half. Ure. Only one thing in his mind, and that's the delivery in. And it's a fine goal from Scotland. A brilliant header from McLeod. And Wales find themselves behind.
First goal in the game scored by number 10 for Scotland, Rory McLeod, in the 25th minute.
Well, when you have quality like that on the delivery, it makes the striker's job all that more straightforward, but he still has to be in the right position. He still has to guide it on goal. And that is exactly what the Dundee United teenager has done. You can see the goal again. It's nicely worked, getting it initially to Cummings. He's able to get it to Ure, and you can tell, where's my striker? There he is. And a very good header to guide Scotland into the lead in the first half. There's a long way to go yet, but in terms of permutations, that would also be good news theoretically for Northern Ireland, but we'll get into that later on. Scotland, from their vantage point, need a win, remember, if they are to get their hands on the victory shield. Wales are guaranteed to win it. To win it outright, they have to avoid defeat. Hope that all makes sense. Do love a good permutation on match day 3. But the team who have had the better first half are the team who have the lead in the first half. And treatment required here at the moment as Scotland have a player down, but Worth pointing out, Cal, you're there because that sort of left wing back position, if you want to call it that, was occupied by Mitchell Frame in the Northern Ireland game. I thought Mitchell Frame had a very good match as well, but you're playing in a different position today, getting up that side, getting the cross in, showing his quality. So that'll be something I'm sure the coaches are very happy with, when you deploy a player in a different area, that they can prove to be effective. And I don't think anybody that had watched any of the Scottish youngsters before needed an introduction to Rory McLeod, but if you did, the guy that at 14 was playing in the under-20s for his academy team, he's the guy glancing that one in. And Wales can have a little rethink. There's plenty of time for Wales. It's far from panic stations either, it should be pointed out, for Craig Knight and his players, but they're taking stock of things at the moment and plotting their way back into the match. Cummings is the player that's down and still being looked at. Nice to see his teammates over checking on him as well. Bit of encouragement and he'll be back on. So that is an as things stand. Which would have Wales and Scotland sharing the victory shield, as they did in 2019, with Northern Ireland still to play later on against the Republic of Ireland. Scotland back to the full complement as Cummings is back on the pitch. Wales trying to get a quick response as they press the Scottish back line. Morgan moving wide to get the ball and usher it into the direction of Giles. Zaka getting in behind there, and the keeper able to step out across his centre half and claim the ball into the box. A little over 10 minutes remaining in the first half here at Blanchflower Stadium. Zaka change in direction from Perrott all the way back to the keeper it goes. Half-hearted appeals for a handball waved away there. Certainly didn't know anything about that one, Morgan. That would have been harsh. Twose trying to find room to get that cross away. He set up Wales' second goal against Northern Ireland. The little poke through to Alfie Cunningham, who isn't in the matchday squad this afternoon, or this morning I should say. Wales, who have Joe Belmont on the bench, scored in the win against the Republic of Ireland, so they do have firepower there at their disposal should they deem a change to be required. As I stress, we're still in the first half. McLeod getting forward there, and a little moment of hesitation, maybe just slightly ahead of him. Wales able to defend, and a bit of reorganising required there too. As soon as Cox made the clearance, he was quickly talking to his teammates. But they are getting some joy down the left hand side, Scotland. Wales is right. Thomas did well to get his head to that. Molotnikov not allowing it to reach Giles, but well, I thought it was going to go that way. No, I think everybody did. Cox selling a little dummy, showing his range of passing as he picks out Thomas. Away from the goal scorer, he runs. Perrott. Zaka was down the line, but There wasn't really room to squeeze that one through to him. That's where they're going to try and go now, and it's Thomas again in that position. Scotland have defended diligently. McLeod. Bavidge got the break of the ball. Looking for another goal this week. He wasn't shy in taking it on. But Louis Giles across and making the block. Dede. Good cross. Nobody was there waiting to get on the end of it. They're trying to find another ball into the middle. It's a teasing cross as well from Muir. That's the stuff of dreams for strikers, but Griffiths got there first. And a couple of times now he has whipped in those delicious crosses, and they'd be pandemonium in any defence really as soon as those balls come in. The corridor of uncertainty between defender and keeper, but the young Swansea Academy keeper had it read. Saka having to work back. You're happy to move it to Campbell. Ross. Cloud trying to bear down on the defender. Scotland coming forwards, and just a loss of footing there, which, albeit slightly comical, he managed to style out there, Murray Campbell. Buzz Lightyear one, wasn't it? Not flying, he's falling with style. If I've quoted that in any way wrong, someone on the internet will tell me, but you get the gist. You didn't think you were getting a Toy Story reference today, did you? That's a treat already, guys. You have to give me a bit of a break. Back it goes to Mahadi. Strong challenge from Cummings, who's able to dig it out from underneath him. Brilliant bit of running from Jacob McIntyre. He almost found McLeod there. He was getting in behind, and it was brilliantly watched by Thomas. Easily could have lost him on his blind side, but in and covering for the centre backs and launching it out as Scotland go in search of a second, which Wales certainly wouldn't want to afford them.
It's all right, it's all right.
Match football's like buses. You get the rest of the analogy. They will get on with the game here. Took someone to leave the stand, I think, and go and get that one back, but as that happened, another was rolled onto the pitch, so we can get things back underway. They've gone short with it again, and they've been able to somehow squeeze that into the centre. No nonsense clearance from Dan Cox of Derby County, and nudged back to Ure, the provider of the game's only goal thus far. Andrews up the line, and fractionally over the line as well. Assistant official on that far side is Arlene Campbell, who actually was the referee for the Women's Irish Cup final last Friday. Took place at the National Football Stadium in Belfast. Good play here, and trying to get the shot away, and able to get the shot away was Troy Parrott, who wasn't able to really pack a punch with the attempt. But it's a bit better from Wales, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of food for thought at the interval for Craig Knight and his team. A couple of minutes until we reach that point, plus whatever they add on, of course. Scotland playing with the calmness that a goal can bring. Wales only need a draw today to be outright winners after all, so there isn't too much pressure on them to push forwards, but naturally they'll want to win if they can manage one. At the moment they find themselves behind. Giles turning away from Cummings, who has shaken off the earlier knock that he sustained. Parrott, is there some late drama in this first half? Izaka masterfully turned to Thomas. Back with Parrott, and just a little short for Izaka to do much with. Again, Wales come forwards. Scotland requiring maximum concentration here. They certainly knew they were not going to be in for an easy match, and there's been a really big effort from them in this first half. Scotland deserving of their lead, but Wales capable of more, and I imagine that is exactly what they will be reminded of at the break, both teams. Campbell, Bavidge, difficult one from to bring into his body there. Does have a good first touch, Alfie Bavidge. Morgan, the Everton youngster, continuing his run and just trying to put the squeeze on the keeper, put a bit of pressure on Scotland's defence, and they haven't been able to clear it out just yet. And now they have it back. 2 minutes additional time will be added as Crew gets it to Parrott. Wales trying to get back honours even. Thomas, brilliant ball in, and Mahari bravely reaching across the bodies to get fingertips to it.
Fourth official has indicated an additional 2 minutes of added time.
So we're into the time added on, and I think Wales thought they were entitled to a free kick there, but the referee is not in agreement. Healthy crowd here today for this one. Well, there'll be another goal in this half for them to witness. Scotland are trying to get away forwards here. The pass is going behind Cummings, and Cox turning and, well, has made a bit of a mess here. Bavidge has blasted Scotland into a 2-goal lead. Oh dear, calamity at the back has made the team talk. that bit easier for Stuart McLaren.
Second goal for Scotland.
And if there's someone you don't want to give time and space to, it's Alfie Babbage. He has leathered that one beyond Griffiths. And as things stand, Scotland would be keeping their place as joint winners of this competition. That was the honour bestowed upon them in 2019. And they're in the driving seat here in 2021. And any Northern Ireland fans watching, remember, good news for you potentially as well. If Northern Ireland beat the Republic of Ireland later on, they would also be on 6 points. That is dependent upon a Scotland win, which is looking a bit more likely now with that goal, but still, say nothing is for certain in football after all. It's going to be a stinging team talk, I think, for the Welsh now, who they've started the game pretty well. After going one down, they responded two, but a second goal before the break, well, that'll hurt your feelings. The half-time score here at Blanchflower Stadium, Wales 0, Scotland 2, and we can bring you the highlights now from the first half. And this was an early chance for Wales. The goal kick reaching the right back, coming through, Parrott finding Azaka, and Azaka just in behind, trying to dink it over Mahari, who did enough to get across after Scotland were maybe caught out somewhat slightly with the way that was moved. And then again, Azaka involved in the positive play for Wales, getting in behind, Mahari caught out, and Wales being caught, and eventually getting the free kick given to them. From that, the low attempt held by the keeper, who did well. And then Scotland found their way in front. Cummings getting it, knowing exactly where Ure was going to be. And you talk about knowing where people are. Dream delivery, super header. And McLeod giving Scotland the goal that they were searching for. They tried to repeat it again, another brilliant ball, and this time Griffiths was able to read it and get out and parry. And Wales, towards the end of the half, forcing Mahari to do what we just saw Griffiths do, really, and that was take charge of a tricky situation for the defence. And then this was the goal. The ball forward initially looked like it was behind Cummings and away, but Cogs turned into trouble, and Babbage absolutely belted that one beyond Griffiths. An intriguing end to the half, which certainly will extend your smile if you're Scottish and make you feel a little more frustrated if you are cheering on Wales. We will have coverage of the second half shortly. Go make yourself a cuppa. We'll be back in a few. The half-time score here in East Belfast, it is Wales 0, Scotland 2. teams are back out for the second half, and as you can see, changes are afoot. Jacob Cook will be coming on for Wales. He's the number 19 standing there and waiting. And for Scotland, it's going to be Alistair Davidson and Xander Hutton. Fourth official getting the board ready as both nations head back to their dugouts. And the first change there, confirmation, Jacob Cook coming on in place of Joe Andrews. And Alistair Davidson and Xander Hutton will replace Dede and Ross. So Wales get us rolling as they attempt to come back in the second half after making life harder for themselves. If you just joined us, it was a goal right at the end of the first half, which has doubled Scotland's lead and given them a bit more breathing space here in this matchup. 40 minutes to play before any conclusions can be drawn. Almost finding Morgan there. Perrott trying to bring it down and then attempting to lash it through the bodies. They had enough people just standing in front of him there, Scotland, to prevent that one reaching the keeper. Cummings flicking it out of the crowd and now getting turned and running. Superb footwork from Cummings, who continues his movement and now gets it to Hutton, looking deep into the centre, but over the head of Babbage, who got the game's second goal, his second goal of the Victory Shield. Perrott, Twose, and well, you could see the expression there. Cook, he was just hoping for a slightly better pass, not able to get that one to somebody in red as possession turned over in Scotland. Go all the way back to Davidson, and turn goes to his keeper. Crew won't give up on it yet. Crew, but Scotland able to move it around here. McLeod was attempting the dummy. He'll get it put back into his path, and he'll now try and find Molotnikov in behind, shaking off the defender, leaving him on the ground and making an angle for himself. Twisted blood in the back line. Rudy Molotnikov turning on the head of a pin and nearly getting Scotland their third. Well, if Stuart McLaren was asking for a response after Tuesday's defeat against Northern Ireland, he's certainly seen it so far here. Scottish fans would point out that it wasn't necessarily a poor performance. Luck wasn't on their side on Tuesday, but results business at the end of the day. Perrott couldn't quite force it through. Craig Knight's team looking for that first goal, which could really provide them with some hope. Giles in deep, and too deep in the end. Mahati in no rush to bowl this one out as he lets his defenders get back into position. Cummings stepping over the halfway line and just able to hold off Crewe there. McLeod getting it to Hutton, and Hutton will try and continue his run, but Giles can step across, and with the help of his captain, well, eventually they'll make do with the throw in there. Determined play from the Rangers defenders under Hutton. Crewe give and go, and well, a bit of a collision, but the players very honest there, no complaints. A few supporters more exercised than the match official. More changes imminent for Wales. Bring you those details in a moment when there's the next stoppage in play. And will they be ready to do it now? One of the players ready to come on is Cal Hardy. The other is Joe Belmont. Both who got on the score sheet in the win over the Republic of Ireland. And it will be a straight swap up top, really, as a Liverpool youngster replaces an Everton youngster. And Twose will be the player to come off for Hardy. Not too much of a concern there for Crewe, it would appear, as he's back on his feet again, and they were happy enough to get on with those changes anyway. Paul Roseman's for Belmont, looking his first touch, and the bounce just unkind on him that time.
For number 10, Cody Twose.
Crewe back on the pitch now for Wales as they return to their full numbers. We have the potential for quite an exciting second half, really. There's no shortage of goal scoring prowess on this pitch, and as the game stretches and Wales try and get back into it, who knows? I think sit back and enjoy if you can. Easier saying that as a neutral, I'm fully aware. Hutton. It just wouldn't stick as it was bent up the line for the Aberdeen under 18s player. Zaka onside, unable to help drive his team forward a little bit here. Hardy will turn over throw-in duty to Giles. No space at all there for Zaka to get turned. Crewe trying to keep it alive, heading it back, and Hutton will calmly roll it to his keeper. The kick out, well, worked out in the end. He's a great range of passing, but I don't think that one was necessarily by design. Davidge. Lawler was sticking tight to him there. You're whipping in the cross, and Cox with a no-nonsense defending. Zaka, really well done from him. Belmont just a bit too much on it to get on the end of it, but they're going to need that. They're going to need to be able to win those second balls, Wales, and try and turn them into something, try and get in behind those Scottish defenders who haven't really provided too many clear-cut opportunities for their opponents as of yet. They're doing their job very well. Foul through given against Hutton there. Cummings had gone down to ground, I think, wanting for treatment, but the throw-in was taken. It was behind the referee that he was down, so he's back on his feet again. Wales searching for ideas as they go in search of a goal to get back into the game. Lawler. Crew had Cox to his left, but instead's going in behind. Belmont had timed his run, but the trajectory of the pass was always taking it favourably towards the goalkeeper. Cummings. Tight call, but I think just the right call, as that was dinked over the defence. McLeod had just gone a little early there. Referee allowing an advantage as Zasaka working into space and earning Wales the corner. They can commit some bodies forward from the back here. Zaka went short and Scotland weren't quickly out to him. They are able to get that partially cleared. Cook, the half-time sub, working it back, and the ball couldn't quite find its way into the penalty area, but Scotland are now trying to counter, and they have the numbers forward, controlled by McLeod, and he wanted to get it inside. Molotnikov had made the run, and he did well to continue making the run because he was the one that kept it going, but the next ball wasn't as good as the one that went before it. The game really open here at the moment to Zaka, and needs must from the covering Campbell. Only Rhys Thomas back there at the moment of the outfield players. Everybody else in and around the area for the Young Dragons. Scotland have all their players within 18 yards of their goal. It's a really inviting cross, but again, it's the keeper that gets it. Cummings trying to work it into that space where the run is coming, and Thomas, well, for someone that was back there on his own, that's a fair amount of pressure, but he dealt with it expertly. Credit to him for covering the ground. We are going to see more opportunities like that coming. Bavidge. Crew getting the tackle in. Scotland getting the decision. Another assured display this week from Alfie Bavidge. I think it's left a positive impression any time he's been on the pitch. Molotnikov. Well brought down. Moved on. Ure continues his run. Cloud wanted to work it back again for Ure, wasn't able to do it that time. And Perrott skipped away, clipped as he skipped. And the free kick has been given. Babbage moving to the edge of the area. Immediate instinct was to try and get it back inside for Cummings and McLeod, who were both arriving. Now it's Wales' turn. The game developing quite the ebb and flow. Giles, Cook, out-muscled, and well, he's trying his level best to pull Molotnikov back, and apparently that's easier said than done. Babbage stays on his feet. McLeod's there waiting, and the pass left it to be desired. It should have been on a plate for the striker. It should have been out of sight for Scotland. Giles. 16 minutes of the second half played here in the east of the capital city of Northern Ireland. Crew, another cracking ball. They have the players in there to do harm if they can find them, and it's the wrong side of the post for Freddie Asaka. Took up a terrific position. The little cutback pass had him licking his lips, and he cannot believe that he couldn't convert it. Well, chances at either end. An entertaining second half, which Scotland still have their 2-goal lead. Change of tops for Babbage there. Can only assume there had been a bit of blood or something on the other one, so quickly made the change, unless it was an Under Armour, was it, that was removed? It's getting a bit warmer, certainly better than the torrential rain that we had the other day. And Scotland's latest change will see Kerr Robertson come off and Mitchell Frame
For Scotland, it's number 3.
is the player coming on.
And he's replacing number 7, Kieran Roberts.
Which will allow Ure, you would imagine, to take up a more central position that he'd be accustomed to, and Frame can bomb down that left side. Belmont. That's the corner. Well, they went close moments ago. A matter of inches away from inching back into the game. Scotland will not look charitably on them. They will not want to present any opportunities. Can be easier said than done. Good delivery in from Giles. It was taken away from Crew. Cook got the shot away, and it brought about a strong save from the keeper. Much more like it from a Welsh point of view. They've been able to create some chances where they were few and far between earlier on. Azaka going close, and now Cook's turn, arriving late. And he got plenty of power behind the strike, but the keeper able to watch it and make the big block. Azaka does well to shift his balance, but that time was just outnumbered. I think his determination there has helped them win that throw-in. Zach Giggs will be the next player introduced, and that will happen now, you would think. So he's on for Louis Giles. Zach Giggs takes to the pitch for the final 20 minutes of action.
Substitution for Wales. Coming on, number 2, Zach Giggs.
Well, he can play across the defence, really. Giggs, have seen him in left back, right back and centre back, but it's the left for him here as he gets the head in. Cook just couldn't quite bring that under control. Ure, as I suspected, drifting into that more central position and frame, forcing it through to McLeod. The challenge was a fair one, and all the way back to Griffiths it goes as he tried to quickly send them on their way forward here. The Young Dragons trailing to those 2 first half goals. McLeod and Babbage, Scotland's heroes. As things stand, Scotland would be joint winners alongside Wales for this year's Victory Shield. And if the score stands and Northern Ireland win later, it would see it as a 3-way tie, incredibly. Good ball towards Babbage. He's gone inside, he's gone low. And Griffiths able to cover as he dived and held on to it. Belmont loves just hanging on the last man and looking for that ball, but the ball wasn't able to beat the defender. Point of frustration today for Craig Knight's side. Perrott. Hardy went back to Crew and possession turned over, but they've got it back again. A bit of a slip from Lawler, but bouncing back up and getting it to Giggs. Bit of a breakdown there between him and Cook in terms of communication as the sun pokes itself back out. Much warmer when it does. In the shade it's rather cool, and McLeod looking for a cool finish himself. Another good save from Griffiths. Give and go, gets it to Giggs, and Giggs striding forwards, able to get through that tackle, but the tackle did its job. Jacob McIntyre helping wrestle the ball back for Scotland. Molotnikov, McLeod. Oh, what a turn. Well, a few raised eyebrows there, because it was a fantastic spin from the striker. He was bearing down in goal, but the whistle went, and that's caused a bit of bemusement amongst the Scottish bench. Well, Wales' turn. They thought they should have had a free kick and they might have had a case. The ball's been played into the centre. Babbage finds his balance but couldn't find the corner. He did incredibly well to stay on his feet there because he was stretching to initially bring it under control, but equally good was Griffiths. That was a strong wrist to stop that one squirming beyond him. Giggs, well, he thought about the shot, and Ure saw that one coming, got the toe into it, as all of a sudden the pace increases a little bit. Funny what a sense of injustice can do for a footballer. Giggs, I think the match has been well officiated overall, incidentally. Don't want to give the wrong impression of the official as the delivery comes in, and Belmont asks Mahari to stretch up tall for that and able to bring it under control. Well, I told you there was plenty of attacking options on the pitch now for both managers. No surprise to see more attempts, but so far the keepers are the ones prevailing. Giggs, good touch to initially turn it away from Molotnikov, who is able to get back in and get the ball away. Hutton, Molotnikov just stretching, not able to get it, but he'll get another bite of the cherry here. Babic to his right, McLeod to his left, and Cummings up alongside him. This is a dangerous attack as Wales try and pour back and sniff it out, and Crew did well because that was going to make its way through all right, and he was able to cut that angle off. Less than 15 minutes of regulation time remaining. Wales 0, Scotland 2. Frame. Thomas has done so well because Frame is an incredibly fast player, and when you've been playing from the start, that certainly requires an amount of stamina, and he even turns himself into the ball boy there too because he just wants to get going. Competitive spirit is there, as you can see the bus in the background with some of the players for our game later on arriving. We'll have live coverage of Northern Ireland versus the Republic of Ireland kick-off at 1:30. But in case you're only joining us now, Scotland in the driver's seat. A win here would allow them to share honours this year with Wales as they did in 2019. Wales need at least a draw to win it outright. Cummings, Hutton, Molotnikov, Cox there for company, got the block the first time. The little flick nearly took him past the defender, nearly but not quite, because Cox stuck to the job and defended that very well. Left a couple back to deal with the pace of Azaka should there be a counter-attack. Molotnikov's slow delivery has caused all sorts of trouble, and Wales via Lawler see it away, much to their relief. Mahari. McLeod was battling for it as he does, but the referee just thought he was leading with the arm a little bit there. The quick free kick wasn't the cleverest, but they're able to play out of their problems. Striding forward and a splitting pass to Zaka, just popping off his boot and giving Scotland the chance to steal it back from him. Belmont trying to close down the keeper. Giggs ricocheting around, and Cummings May try to take him on, saw the run instead of Hutton, and that's where he's elected to go. Crew getting the touch, and the last touch deemed to be off Hutton's boot. Goal kick given there to Wales. And before they can take the goal kick, there will be another substitution, and McLeod is going to come off, and it will be Ewan Simpson of Heart of Midlothian to come on.
Substitution for Scotland, coming on number 19, Ewan Simpson, for number 10, Rory McLeod.
Xhaka caught there from behind. The challenge, just a knocking of the legs from McIntyre. And what can Wales create from here? Ten minutes to go. Scotland with everybody back. Thomas. Simple stuff, and those are the moments that would do your head in. You get everybody forwards and then you gift the ball back. Scotland have grafted today. They've put in a very good performance, and they're closing in on the win that was probably, in a soft sense, demanded of them from their manager, because he sets high standards, Stuart McLaren. McLaren, who was the interim manager of the women's national team for Scotland as well. He'll be hoping they're successful later. They're playing at Hampden Park, looking to make it 3 from 3 in their World Cup qualifiers. Hungary make the trip later on. Breakaway coming through McIntyre, checking back and understanding the game management element in the game. As much as the rush of blood may say run and run some more, they aren't in any real need to do that now. They want to secure their victory. Let the football do the working. Wales are squeezing and trying to defend from the front, really just press and try and get the ball back. They need it back. Is there to be a dramatic finale here, or have Scotland done enough? Here, Simpson, Hutton to Cummings. Giggs is back and watching, and that's brilliant bit of defending. We love to see those. Cox going in and proving it still very much is a contact sport, no matter what detractors can say. He got stuck in well there. Again, if you just look up and you see in the backdrop players heading in the tunnel for the game happening afterwards, Northern Ireland will be buoyed by this scoreline. If things remain the same here, Northern Ireland beating the Republic of Ireland later, it would see them in a 3-way tie as winners of the Victory Shield. The Republic of Ireland, of course, will not be lying down and allowing that to happen easy, so I'm not suggesting that, but that's just permutations. The Republic of Ireland lost their 2 opening games, so unfortunately aren't a part of the conversation for winning it this year, but certainly have been very good in recent years, and you can't take away from them there. Crew, well, he was manhandled slightly there after his good work. He's got the free kick, and the referee, I think, will be notified of one further change that's going to happen here, which will see Troy Perrott come off, and it's a few minutes towards the end for Joshua Beecher, another one of the Cardiff City contingent.
Substitute for Wales coming on is number 18, George.
7 of their 23 player squad from Cardiff City. Lawler wasn't able to force it through there. The challenge coming in from Hardy, ricocheting around a little bit, and Cook can show a bit of skill to lift it over the first challenge, and well, after the delicate touch, a not so delicate touch, and no surprise to hear the whistle sounded. Giggs persevering as he made strides up the line. Scotland were contesting the award of that throw-in, but they now will have a corner kick to defend. Beecher's first involvement, able to force bodies into the box. Less than 5 minutes of normal time at Blanchflower Stadium remains. Single-handed gesture into the middle. Scotland get their head to it, and wow, hit with some venom by Beecher, but it was comfortably off target. If that had flown in, we'd have been watching that. Scotland at the other end, Cummings looking to put the icing on the cake, and Giggs bearing down made it difficult for him. He still got a strike away, and it was parried by Griffiths. Well, it was a very quick breakaway, and Cummings' first touch, his control, which he's already demonstrated, is marvellous. We can bring it back to the corner initially, and the header away. As far as this volley, I mean, hit sweet as you like, but crashing off the gate rather than the netting, and quick kicking after some quick thinking from Mahadi. Freed Cummings. The first touch you could watch again and again, and there was a wee bit of argy-bargy between him and Giggs after that fact. He thought Giggs maybe left a bit in there, but I think it was just spirited defending, to be honest. He was trying to get back and prevent it from becoming a, insult on top of injury there. But 2-0 the score still, as Wales try and rectify that, or at least modify it as it comes in, and it was really close to getting a touch from Crew, who was stretching every sinew of his body to try and reach it, and it just grazed off the top of his head. But Mahadi with the gloves behind it. Both keepers can certainly look back pleased with their performances today as Scotland look for this clean sheet. Goal difference, head to head, etc. not a factor in determining the outcome of the Victory Shield, but for a simple point of principle, I've never met a goalkeeper that likes to concede a goal. As another yellow card is produced there. And you can see the signalling from the young Celtic Academy shot stopper. Crew swirling it in, and again Mahadi jumping over the top of his teammates, bringing that one in, and he does well to get that. Murray Campbell, I'm sure, heard him coming before he arrived. The St Mirren teenager. Bavic. Well, you can see the confidence is up. Nearly thrown back to Bavic there, wasn't it? He's got the better of Giggs. And not for the first time, it's Griffiths to the rescue. A big leg stuck out from the keeper, stopping that from being steered beyond him. Beecher, exasperated as you, comes across, does his job, and take Scotland closer to the destination that they were hoping to arrive at come the close of play in this one. Another change as Cameron Sullivan is introduced for Molotnikov. Hibs player off, Southampton player on, as we enter the final minute of normal time.
Number 11, Rudy Alan Molotnikov.
Cook holding it up and moving it to Beecher. Beecher gazing into the centre, but off balance. Couldn't keep it. Between the white lines, over the stand it goes, as the fourth official down in front of me signals for 4 additional minutes here at Blanchflower Stadium. Thomas, Zaka, just run out of room. One of the 4 minutes now elapsed. Vital challenge there coming in from Cox. Simpson, Sullivan, nearly worked out for him too. Was that his original idea? I'm not sure, but he realised there was a little moment there where that ball might not have crossed the line. Hardy, now with Giggs. Ewer. Well, Dan Cox has certainly had a very good second half after that. One moment he won't want to see again at the end of the first, but happens to the best of them. I think he's been on the end of nearly every cross. Griffiths kick not reaching. Thomas, Bavidge spinning and just stroking it into the path of his teammate, and he'll happily get back onto that one from the back heel. He's trying his level best to somehow force a way through. Little on his own in that instance. Ewer, McIntyre not pressing him there, had a bit of time to think about it. Hardy was closed down. Crew will get it now, and Beecher certainly in a decent position on the left, and that's where Giggs has gone with it. He's looking ahead, and Belmont seems a long way away in the centre. He's got a lot to try and do there on his own, Beecher, and credit to him for sticking at it as he, on his right side, sliced through it a little bit. Probably could have done with players arriving shorter, closer, quicker. Cummings, Hutton, Well, is it a case of keep it in the corner now? We have almost played the 4 additional minutes. Scotland will get a free kick. And they know that the job is pretty much done. There will be a presentation of medals to both sets of players upon the conclusion of this game. And the cheers are from the Scottish bench. They came into this with a clear job to do. They had to win if they were to share honours with Wales in this year's competition, and that is exactly what they have done. 2 first half goals, 1 from McLeod, 1 from Babbage. Means that Wales cannot be outright winners, but they still do keep a grip on the Victory Shield after a brilliant week from them. 2 wins in the games that went before it, but it's defeat on closing day for the Young Dragons, which means no outright honours, which of course they naturally wanted. But Scotland were the better side today. There's no two ways about that. They got their goals in a very exciting game, and it now opens the door for Northern Ireland later on. The Republic of Ireland stand in their way, but Northern Ireland could make it a 3-way split if they were victorious. Let's bring you some of the key moments of this game. This was the opening goal. Ewer's ball, delightful cross, striker where you want him, header where he wants it. 1-0 Scotland, and that set them on their way. And this is the one that made it to a little bit of a slip at the back. Cox under pressure. Babbage not sparing anyone's blushes there. Clinical as he drilled it beyond Griffiths. Those were the 2 goals that were telling today. And some of the chances, the ones that might have been Cook arriving late, but the legs of Mahari able to get behind it, and Scotland countering in this instance. Cummings holding off the challenge. Babbage stepping inside and got a good shot away too. And whilst Wales were looking for a free kick there, Babbage presented another chance, this time stumbling as he struck it. But Griffiths, one of the standout players for Wales, making another fine save. Belmont thought he'd maybe caught Mahadi out with that flicked on header. And as time ticked away, Beecher went for something brilliant. And as they were literally resetting themselves, the quick kick from Mahadi freed Cummings after that wonderful touch. But Griffiths yet again providing the stop. So that is where we will leave our coverage from this one. Congratulations to Wales and Scotland over the course of the Victory Shield. They are joint winners yet again, just as they were in 2019. And time will tell if there's another name to join them later on. We'll have live coverage, kick-off 1:30, Northern Ireland versus the Republic. But there's the table. Scotland came here having to win and were able to do so. Thank you very much for joining us. Reminder of the full-time score: Wales 0, Scotland 2. And if you want, you can watch Northern Ireland versus the Republic of Ireland on the Northern Ireland Facebook page and YouTube channel if you fancy another game of football today, and why wouldn't you? But if not, it's goodbye for now. Thanks for watching.